Good evening, everybody, on June 20. A week has passed since my last video on this channel, and I was sick. I had a cold in the middle of the summer, fever to up to 39.2 degrees centigrade, Celsius, and wasn't feeling too well. Couldn't read so much, actually. Couldn't watch so much. I just was sort of hanging around, chilling, watching a lot of YouTube videos, watching a lot of other stuff, but binge watching and not really concentrating on much. So you know that when you have that feeling when you're sick. But now I'm way better, and I started reading again. I started working again, and I brought you a little video from Farsta Centrum, the place where I live, and which actually has turned into a big crime scene last week on Saturday. No, 10 days ago now. 11 days ago, 10 days ago actually, on Saturday 6 p.m. there was a shooting down there, and two guys came with a car, and one guy hopped out of the car and shot at least 21 shots into the people that were hanging around there, coming from shopping groceries, and killing a 15-year-old boy and a 43-year-old man. And it's really horrible to think that, you know, when you go there and buy groceries, that actually this place where you spend a lot of everyday errands has turned into a crime scene, into one of the mass shootings that occur in this country in recent years. Reading-wise, I think I'm kind of in a little reading slump, but I have come back from it. Currently I'm reading Peter Abs's book, Show Me the Bodies, How We Let Grenfell Happen. A very good, very detailed account, but also very well written about the Grenfell Tower fire in London and why it happened, and that it actually has its roots decades ago in the negligence of the social housing system for the poor in London and in the rest of the country. So it wasn't a surprise for those who were experts that this horrible fire that killed 79 people happened. Also reading Danya Kukafka's excellent novel, I have to say. About 70 pages in now, Notes on an Execution, which is the story of a serial killer in a different way. The girly killer, his name is Ansel Parks. He's about to get executed in a couple of hours when we start reading the book, and then we sort of follow the last hours of his life, but also intertwined are the stories and the narratives of women and girls that have crossed his path. First his mother, and then a girl who discovered that he killed animals when he was like 11 years old. And it's incredibly well written, psychologically written. It's literary fiction style thriller novel, and I really recommend this to a lot of people. I'm struggling a little bit currently with Birnam Wood. Maybe I have just too many books to read. Birnam Wood is the story by Eleanor, Catton, winner of the Booker Prize many years ago, the youngest ever winner of the Booker Prize, Eleanor Catton from New Zealand. And Birnam Wood Place, also in New Zealand. It's a story about a environmental activist, Myra, who is trying to plant thousands of plants on a farm that is a little bit remote, but then there's an American billionaire coming, apparently, who also wants to use the farm as his last refuge when the apocalypse is coming to Earth. So, but it's a bit slow in the beginning, and character building, I think, is a little bit too slow. It's nicely done, but it's very detailed and a little bit too detailed. Sometimes she loves too much to sort of build the characters and loses the plot out of her eyes, out of her sight a little bit. But that's just my tiny, modest, personal, subjective impression of it. So, are there any more books that I'm reading right now? I have to read Caleb Zuma Nelson's Small World. It's on my Kindle. I want to read it very soon. I want to get through it. This is probably one of the books of the summer by this young British Ghanaian author. I loved his first novel, Open Water, and now Small Worlds. Gotta read it. That's about what I'm doing right now, reading-wise. I will soon make a video about YouTube, BookTube in general. Katja Weinert recently made a very good video about why so many booktubers who sort of started out in the pandemics, during the pandemics, have quit, not quit it. And I might do one as well about that, because I think I don't like all the developments here, and it's yeah, I want to talk about booktube, and I talked too much about it already now, so I'm going to cut this out. Anyway, there will be more content soon on this channel. Mid-year book freakout tag is luring around the corner, about a week or so, then everybody has to do it, so I will do it, and I will see you soon. Bye.